So, hello and welcome to Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie's great, and we're going to be playing Banjo-Kazooie once again. I have not played it enough, so here we are playing it again. It's been a little while since I played it. I think the last time I played it was when the ukulele Kickstarter was announced. Maybe back then, maybe I played it since then. Not 100% sure. But I definitely haven't played it since I moved into my current apartment. Which was back in January. I meant to christen the apartment with Banjo-Kazooie sooner, but just hadn't gotten around to it. But I built a new computer, and hot diggity damn, it's time to play some Bear and Bird. It's time to get the good stuff into us. I'm not sure how far we'll make it into the game in today's stream. I doubt we'll finish it, unless I just completely go into a trance and play all of Banjo-Kazooie, which is it is a possibility. But I don't think we'll be finishing it up today. We'll probably have to have a part 2 to finish it at a later date. But who knows? Who knows? For now, we'll just go ahead and let the band finish up their song because I love this opening. I mean, I probably don't need to wax poetic about how much I love this game. It's probably pretty apparent by 1 LP, a bajillion streams, and a billion plus 1 streams now. But here we are. Have not dropped any frames. The stream seems to be going strong, so it is time. It is finally time to play Bear and Bird, the first movie, 2017. It is time. Hopefully the audio continues to be decent, because we were having some trouble with that earlier. We, of course, are going with game number 3, because that's the one where Banjo has a Game Boy. Why would you choose any other option than that, other than, like, you know, you choose the first one because you're lazy? The poor Banjo cooking never gets any love. It's, you know, it's got middle child disease. It's, you know, it's not as lovable as the new one with the Game Boy, and it's not as easily accessible as just hitting A as soon as the game starts to test a stream, if a game emulates correctly before a stream. You know, I never thought about it, but the little pig knocker thing's a bit weird. Nothing else like that in the game. Like, I'm trying to think of other pigs in Banjo-Kazooie, and the only thing I can think of are like Crispy Bacon and the little pig family and Jolly Roger Lagoon and Banjo-Tooie. No, I can't think of any pigs in Banjo-Kazooie 1, so I guess Gruntilda was just a big fan of Crispy Bacon, which, I mean, to be fair, like, yeah. As long as you're a better shot than I am, I have decent aim, you probably enjoy Crispy Bacon a lot. Unless you are me and spend forever on that, because how the hell are you supposed to aim with a stick? I'm so not good at it. Just, I guess, PC gaming has ruined me for aiming with a stick, which, luckily for me, will not be a hindrance in Banjo-Kazooie. Because unlike Banjo-Tooie, there is no first-person aiming. If you're gonna shoot an A, you gotta pop a squat and hope you hit your mark, because, oh boy, there is no first-person aiming. That was a nice addition into Banjo-Tooie, even if aiming is a bit archaic. Because, you know, one analog stick. Oh man, speaking of one analog stick, I was doing just like a little test recording to make sure the game emulated decently, and my brain did not like having to use C buttons as camera control. It was like, oh man, this just does not work with my brain anymore. It is moved on. We're in a post-ukulele world where a Banjo-Kazooie-like game can be played like a modern game. And having not played this game in a while, it was like, my brain does not want to work with it. So I actually, Crispy Bacon, the best. Who is the best Banjo-Kazooie character, actually? That's, I'm a big fan of Gobi. Who else is good? There's a lot of good ones. Stupid little Bottles with his awful little noise he makes. Bottles is pretty good. Bottles, Gobi. There's a lot of characters in Tooie, actually, isn't there? Oh yeah, Big Mumbo Boy. I didn't think about it, but Mumbo rules. Grunty's pretty great. Shit, just Banjo-Kazooie has a bunch of fun characters. Tooie has so many characters though. Like, they're just like one-off characters that you never see again. Like the cow lady and Mayhem Temple? Mayhem Temple's probably the way it's supposed to be pronounced. like, yeah, like, you just see her at that point and then never see her again. It's really interesting the amount of work that they go through to, like, make, like, just one-off things like that. Like, there's, like, the Prospector and his rat, but they tie into, like... Well, I guess it's ultimately, like, one Jiggy, I believe. It just seems, I guess, more important since it spans over the across two worlds. Who knows? I'm a big Mumbo boy, though. If I had to pick just one, I think I'd say Mumbo is my big favorite for Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo's fine. He's a nice little boy. But Mumbo, man. Hello, Bottles. We're just gonna go ahead and skip his dialogue because that's where we are today. I'm gonna hold down A to make him speak faster, but we are, in fact, going to press B because you know we're good enough. We don't need any of this, and just because we're so good, I'm gonna forget which button I mapped to Z for a moment. We're gonna come up here and get an extra life. Because we're so good. We're so good that we're going to need this extra life because this is a video game with extra lives. You know, lives, those things that are in every video game still today because everybody loves when video games have life systems. It's everybody's favorite. It's been a hot second since I played Banjo-Kazooie, like I said. But starting Banjo-Kazooie, just like vanilla, is always so confusing to my brain because, like, I can't do Talon Trot. I can't do a beak butt. Oh god, what is it called? Beak Buster? The ground. I can't ground pound. I always forget what that's called. Not being able to ground pound and not being able to Talon Trot really just messes my brain. Especially the Talon Trot because it's like, you always want to be Talon Trotting. I know this attacks the Beak Barge. When the hell do you actually use the Beak Barge though? That's a thing. I was using the D-pad instead of the stick because I ended up mapping the C buttons to the stick like an animal, just because I couldn't wrap my brain around the stupid camera controls. And also, I didn't want to. I'm using a Switch controller for this. I didn't want to have to move my hand over to the other side of the controller, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to contort my hand in a weird way, so I just went ahead and just mapped it. It's not this tree; it's the other one, I believe. Yeah, it's that one. Because we want to get all those honeycombs, because this is one of those 100% things, more than likely, just because that's how I play video games. I tend to, like, always 100% them whenever I play them. Which is actually kind of an interesting thing. Like, I've never, whenever I replay Banjo-Kazooie, I always get everything. That's just the way I play video games. When I play a Zelda game, I get all the hearts. Oh yeah, the dumb Banjo Punch? No, yeah, Beak Barge. Beak Barge is definitely more useful at that point because I can't think of when I'll need to use Beak Barge, but, like, we just had to use it just then to get a honeycomb. That immediately makes it more useful than the Banjo Punch. Like, even the Kazooie Peck and Tooie isn't all that terribly useful, but it's, like, infinitely more useful than the stupid Banjo Punch. God, because, like, when the hell are you ever just gonna, like, oh yeah, let me get you. Come on, let's fight Collywobble. I'm gonna punch you down. No, you're gonna see the Collywobble, and you're gonna give him a rat-a-tat-tat, because why wouldn't you use the rat-a-tat-tat? It's the best attack in the game. It's basically how you're gonna do it every single fight. You're just gonna rat-a-tat-tat everything to death, and I messed that one up. I slipped off. Tried to get a little too fancy there and slipped off. But that's fine. We're still on track for a world record time. I assure you. It's this pro speedrun that we're doing here. And there we go. We'll use the safe strat, marathon strat, obviously, because we just got to get up there. Oh damn! I thought I was close enough to do that. I've never been able to figure out how the let me just go ahead and skip your dialogue. I've never been able to figure out the speedrunner thing where they, like, skip Bottles there. Like, you have to, like, just barely land on that ledge and then hop over him. I've never been able to pull that off. It's a tricky wicket, sticky wicket. I don't know what these words mean. They're not in my lexicon. How am I supposed to know? We'll just have Klungo walk in and let him do his thing. Klungo's actually kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, Klungo kind of has, like, a character develop more in Tooie, but, like, in Kazooie, like, this is it. Like, this is the only time we see Klungo, I think, right? Maybe you see him in the game over screen. Like, I think he probably flips the switch. but he never shows up in any like other cutscenes. I don't think. Like he doesn't show up in Furnace Fun. You don't see him like in the little like last area of Gruntilda's lair. It's just kind of crazy. They invented like Klungo just basically for that cutscene, more or less. I'm pretty sure he shows up in the game over screen, but like that's so crazy. Like they made Klungo because I guess they were just like, hey, Grunty needs an assistant character. Let's go for it. It's so weird to think like, oh, you know, we're gonna spend our resources making this character model and rig it up and all that stuff just for like such a small thing. Like I'm not complaining. It's just kind of interesting to think about that kind of garbage. But maybe that's just the kind of garbage that I think's interesting. That's not really. Sorry if skipping the dialogue is upsetting. But we got game to play. I know you love Bottle's awful noise that he makes, because I too love the awful noise that Bottles makes. That inhuman like, whoa. God, I don't even know how you would do that. It's like a little like gasping for air, like Like, God, yeah, how would you reproduce that noise as a human being? I have no idea. It's like blowing into like a jug slash gasping for air. Some kind of like little weird nerdy whine to it. It's so weird. It's such a good noise. I would love to know how they made it. And we're gonna go ahead and just start collecting Genjos because we need these guys. And, oh man, the sprites did not up-res super well. I didn't bother with any texture filters or anything. I just up-res the game to be a decent resolution, threw on like anti-aliasing and all that stuff. But I didn't bother to actually mess with any of the textures because I was playing around with it and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that or not, because then if you mess around with the textures, some of them end up looking a little muddy, and I figured I would just roll with OG textures over like using a texture filter. That's just me, who knows. Here's a Big Butt the Bull. Big Butt the Bull is such a weird, oops, I didn't do a rat-a-tat-tat. It's such a weird enemy to put like in this first area. Like we see the little the gremlins, oh god, their names aren't gremlins. Goblins, they're not goblins. It appears that I've forgotten Banjo-Kazooie names since we were playing this last for that LP like a million years ago, which is a shame. Oh god, what are these? These Tick-Tights? Oh man, it's all gone. My energy has been sapped from me. I can't remember oh yeah, I can't ground pound yet, duh. Like I said, it completely messes my brain not being able to ground pound and talon trot. Luckily, we get both of these. Beak Buster, that's what it's called. I think I was close. I might have called it something dumb. Who cares? Apparently I don't care anymore because I can't remember enemy names. That sucks. It's so dumb. Because I used to have all of those memorized. That used to be an important character trait for me, but now it's gone, and I'm a bad person now. A bad person who doesn't know Banjo-Kazooie enemy names. Let's go ahead and grab some eggs, because that's an annoying thing about Banjo-Kazooie. Not being able to get like egg and feather pickups en masse. God, what are these guys called? Because they're not goblins, they're not gremlins. They have a name that's evocative of those things though, but it's just gone, which sucks because they actually use that enemy type in a few other places. Like they have them in Click Clock Wood, they have like woodsman variations of them, and then they have sailor versions of them. Negative character development. I've become less of a character. I've become bland, and I've had my my edges sawed off to make me have a simpler design for the reboot cartoon.